Hey team, as we move into week 8, I wanted to focus on two topics that can be really beneficial to us as we move forward in our courses. The first one of these topics is grade inflation, and the second one is how to encourage student success for students who at this point start to show that they're really lagging behind or they're losing momentum. How do we kind of foster student success as we move into 8, 9, and start to near the end of the term? So first, starting with grade inflation, I think that grade inflation is particularly a point of concern for those of us who are teaching graduate courses like myself, but I also see it as a little bit of a concern for those of us teaching undergraduate courses as well. Grade inflation, I think, occurs because we always want to encourage students to do well. We want to give them grades that reflect the hard work that they put in. And it can become a problem when the grade is reflecting the work and it's reflecting the encouragement, but it's not really reflecting the quality of the work that has been submitted. I think that in terms of our grading styles here at SNHU, it can seem sometimes easier to give a student full points for their discussion post, for example, rather than showing why you've decided to deduct 1 point or 2 points from their score for work that hasn't quite reached excellent uh, criteria. Sometimes it is a lot easier for us as instructors to just hand students the full 25 points for a discussion forum or whatever the matrix is for that, rather than pointing out the little errors, the little things that need improvement. And I do see this as a problem because it is stunting our students' growth in terms of developing an awareness of what their areas are that need improvement. Um, I do want you to think about what kind of grader you tend to be in terms of inflation. Coming to terms with whether or not you are an instructor who gives out better grades than maybe a student deserves, it's a difficult process to undergo. It's not something that feels comfortable to admit. But it is something I think that can help us all to become better instructors with clearer expectations. If we really focus on pushing our students to see the errors or the areas in which they could push themselves further, I think we're doing them a big service. In the grade books, I am seeing a lot of students receiving perfect scores. For some deliverables, I see instructors giving every student a perfect score. And something inside of me, when I look at their post, tells me that not every post is meeting the expectations, perhaps, of what an exceptional post ought to do. So, here at the top of week 8, I want you to think about where you stand in terms of grade inflation and how you'd like to approach that in the future. Um, Maybe we could have a discussion about this in the discussion forum because it is extremely complex. It's not as easy as saying, um, you know, every student needs to have a different grade. Every student needs to have varying comments. Every student needs to be pushed to meet her ability. That is a very challenging task at hand. So feel free to post your questions or concerns in the discussion forum. The second topic for discussion today as we move forward is encouraging student success here in week 8. I know that in my graduate course at week 8, a lot of students have lost the stamina. They have become very tired. They have become very unsure if this is the right profession for them. What can I say? I'm hard on them. But a lot of instructors, I think, experience a lack of student morale, a low student morale as we come into week 8. Also, you've been in contact with students who have been struggling in your courses. A lot of instructors are getting a bucket full of excuses from students. Oh, instructor, I need an extension. Oh, I would like you to understand that I've had this and this happening in my personal life, and I would like some understanding here. And I don't agree with the way that you do this or that. Or, all of these kinds of problems come in, I think, as we near week 8 with students who are trying to rationalize themselves in the course if they're doing poorly. They're trying to explain to their instructors that they might want better grades, that they might want more leniency. How do you handle these things and still encourage students to do their best work when they're just dog exhausted? This is a topic that I would like to really explore in the discussion forums this week, and I hope to see you there. Have a great week, guys. Bye.